Hey, Noodlers. What a great day this is on a new op day for one. And this is Paul Romero and John Leister here with the Sell a House Wholesale Real Estate Investing number special celebration day number 150. This is a milestone day, 150 hangouts here that we've done for real estate investing or real estate wholesale investing, wholesale training, whatever you want to call it. I've recently changed the title to these to real estate wholesale or wholesale real estate investing, just because I think that's a more searchable way for people to find our hangouts. And I just want to send out a special shout out to Jose Flores, who found us on these hangouts, has been watching some of the hangouts, has taken the initiative upon himself to send us an email to the PropertyNoodlers@gmail, and he will be getting a call today to find out if he is really interested in joining the team and making some money in wholesale real estate. And that is a special universal gift from us on this very special 150th milestone day. What do you think of that, John?
I think that is pretty dang awesome. Cool. No, I'm glad to hear that because today is a milestone. This is the 150th hangout that we've done discussing wholesale real estate. And it's an exciting thing to have someone, another person respond to us, and who I guess Paul will be giving a call to today. And hopefully this person is interested in what we have to offer, and we resonate with one another, and we can get a new member on the team, because we are looking for people to build this team up, people that want to learn how to acquisition deals, wholesalers that have a huge buyers list and just need inventory to move. Like, we're looking to hook up with anybody. Hey, are you good? And if you're a wholesaler looking to sell properties to the guys who are looking for fix and flip projects or buying whole rentals, look no further than the guys from the Property Noodlers. We're looking to buy, we're looking to flip, we're looking to do all of it. So that's exciting news, Paul, and it's exciting too to be here on the 150th hangout on a new op day. So welcome all, one and all.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I want to throw out there with, having Jose reach out and contact us that, he's not the first person to contact us. And we have gathered some team members from these hangouts. And we've also had some people who sort of, came in, felt it out, and went away. And, this business, quite honestly, is not for everyone. But a lot of people are really excited and interested to possibly give it a try somehow. And, our system here with the Property Noodlers is probably the best, cheapest, and easiest way for somebody to, put their test this out without having to spend a whole lot of money on buying a bunch of programs and waste a bunch of time and trying to learn a whole bunch of stuff, and to be able to just jump right into this, feel it out for a little bit, and hey, you know what? If it's not for you, it's not for you. No harm, no foul. You gave it a shot. At least now wow, okay, that whole real estate thing, yeah, I see how it works and all that, but it's just not for me, kind of a situation. And you can do that with our system at virtually no cost to you. I mean, there's going to be a few minor expenses, but I mean, nothing that anybody cannot afford. I mean, even if you're freaking on welfare, honestly, you could probably afford to give this a shot. although if you don't have a car and you can't buy gas, that might make it a little bit difficult. But anyway, but I just wanted to say that, I mean, I'm very proud of Jose for taking the initiative to take that step and send us the email to come in here and give this a shot and see if this wholesale real estate is up his alley and is going to be for him, and if it's going to work out for him. And I hope it does.
Absolutely. I want to touch upon something that you just brought up there, Paul, about what's that?
I just about knocked my water over.
I wanted to expand on something that you just spoke about there, about the entry to wholesale real estate really is something that you can get involved with no money out of pocket, depending on your strategy. Because, what we're ultimately do here with wholesale real estate is we are trying to contract properties with a deep enough discount that we can turn so that we can turn around and then sell the property, assign the contract, or do a double escrow with a cash buyer. That cash buyer doesn't necessarily have to mean an investor buyer. It could be a retail cash buyer. However, our goal here is to acquisition properties at a deep enough discount that we can turn around in a 30-day period and resell that property for cash and make some money without having to come out of pocket to actually purchase and close on that property. So the barrier to entry really, if you're going to work with this particular team, the only barrier to entry is you. Are you willing to put in some time to learn something new, to create a new stream of income for yourself and do something different? Because, there are a lot of products, excellent products available for sale online that could teach you a system, teach you how to wholesale real estate. And they're great, believe me, because I've spent at least $10,000 or more, a lot more, on products and services over the last 4 years of my life to learn about real estate, to learn about wholesaling. And I know that Paul's probably spent that much or more. And you know what? I don't regret a penny that I spent, because I'm here today doing it very successfully, building my own team, and my education is extensive. And what's awesome about it is that I'm never closed off, because we've always got to be open to learning more and more information, right? However, for a lot of people, maybe can't afford the opportunity that I was able to afford and pay for this education. And that's
kind of the key element right there, John, is the fact that it doesn't cost anything except for maybe $100 or something like that to actually do wholesale real estate. Where the cost comes in is to learn wholesale real estate. That's where the costs come from.
Yes, exactly. And so, with that being said, what Paul and I are offering here is an opportunity to work with a team that has a lot of experience with wholesaling over the last several years, who put together, quite frankly, what I see as one of the best systems, if not the best systems, for acquiring deals off market, having a way of generating leads, going directly to sellers, getting properties under contract, and being consistent and with it. We're not out there just getting 1, 2, 3 deals a year. We're not out there spinning our wheels, sending letters out to the same old tired lists. We're doing something different. We're approaching people in an old-fashioned way, with a new way of locating the motivated seller. And we are building a team. And the only thing that we ask of anybody that wants to join is just a commitment of your time and an openness to learn and share with Paul and I, and be part of a team. And I think that's really what's going to make most anyone successful in wholesaling. Bottom line is, this is a business you can't do on your own. If you want to try to do it on your own, it's all you're going to have is a hobby, and all you're going to do is a handful of deals a year, and it's going to be very hard to make a living, let alone build wealth, which is the ultimate purpose for creating any business. You should never build a business with the mindset of, I'm going to earn a living. You build a business with the mindset of creating wealth, of creating a legacy, of creating a future, of creating a system that can be sold in the future, where you could keep a residual ownership and keep a residual passive income coming off that business in perpetuity. So that's kind of what we're offering with Sell a House Arizona and the Property Noodler system, is the opportunity for people to learn from people who are doing it and work with a team. And the only cost to you is going to be the investment of your time and the investment of your mind to learn something new, step out of your comfort zone. And you don't have to have a single dime. All you got to have is some willpower, some motivation, and some drive to learn something new. And that's all I'm going to say today in regards to pitching the Property Noodler system.
Well, I mean, it's always kind of a pitch in some way, shape, or form, because we just want to put the word out there that this is available to people, because there is other areas where people can go and learn real estate, wholesale real estate, and all of that. And as we talk about, that's where the cost comes in, is in the education. Is you have to pay for the education. The system that we've created here is a system in which you don't have to pay for the education. In fact, the education pays you as you are learning. So that's the awesome thing about it. And so with that, yeah, I'm just excited. I can't wait to give Jose that phone call today and see where he's at, and see what knowledge he has already about real estate. He doesn't really matter if he has any at all. That's the great thing about it, is you don't have to have any, you don't have to know anything to come here and get started and actually be working on landing deals within like today. I mean, realistically, you could be doing it today. But in reality, I mean, what we do, I mean, there's going to be a couple of days of sort of training, but you know what? Hey, in the training part, there's attachment to deals right there, and the opportunity to make some money even in the training itself. So right from the get-go, you have the opportunity to start making some money with our system, which is awesome. So with that, yeah, I just we lost a guy last week who thinks that something else is better than what we have here, and don't know how he gets that thought, but oh well, to each his own. He'll probably come crawling back later on, wanting to come back to the team, would be my guess. But and it probably won't take too long. Either that, or we're going to find him behind the what is it, the behind the line at the breakfast house again, working for a paycheck. One of the two. But anyway, I'm not going to get into any details about that. But hey, so one's gone. Hopefully, we have a replacement on the line here, and that's exciting, and I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, exactly. These are public hangouts. What we do to find and gather our leads is kind of proprietary information, which we're more than willing to share, just not here on a public hangout, for two reasons. I'm going to preface this by saying, I come from a mindset of abundance. I truly believe there's plenty of deals out there in Phoenix for anybody that wants to get into real estate, that really has a drive and a commitment to being successful. There's plenty of deals out there for everybody. However, when you uncover a new niche in a market that nobody's approaching yet in a unique way, you want to be very careful about letting the cat out of the bag, because what happens when the cat's let out of the bag is you have market saturation. I'm going to mention the word probate right now. Probate still does decent, for Paul and I. We get a deal through that process every now and again, not like we did several years ago when we crushed it on a couple deals with probate, because there was no competition within that niche. And now you can go online and you can buy dozens of wholesaling products that are going to teach you about probate and how to go out there and score probate. And that's good, because that is a place where you can find deals. However, the niche is saturated with investors, and it's very competitive, and you're not getting you're not really getting the opportunity to receive deep discounts on those properties if you're not doing it the way we're doing it. So I just want people to know we come from a mindset of abundance and sharing the wealth. However, I said there was two reasons why we keep it to ourselves. Number one is because it's a niche that no one's really, there's a onesie twosies that happen to cross into the niche, and we have a competitor now and again when we're making an offer on a property, but it's rare because they're finding it in a roundabout sort of a way. Number two is that once that niche becomes saturated, it's going to be time to find the next real estate niche. And that being said, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon, because what we're doing with PropertyNoodlers, it's a ground floor opportunity for anyone to join this team, because we're actually in the process of putting together a system to go national to teach people this niche. to teach people how to go out there and wholesale. And we're going to have our own educational product for sale. Right now, we're beta testing and we're building a team that can go out and help us put together the content and train. So for any of you that are coming on board and joining to learn wholesale real estate, there's more opportunities than just to learn wholesale real estate. That's where we're going to start. But if this is something you really like and we really resonate, this could be an opportunity for us to have a really strong business relationship moving forward into the future, and a real opportunity to make a lot of money together coming on board this team. So it's a ground floor opportunity. And that's the two reasons why I really can't get specific like I'd like to explain, why leaving the team to do what he's going to do is really not that good of an idea, because we've been down that road. It's the been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and understand that, certain things aren't worth pursuing. And, we have a wealth of knowledge to share with people. And you know what? People have a wealth of knowledge to share with us as well, because we don't know everything, which is what's so awesome about life, is that we can always continue to learn and grow. So, that's kind of my thought on that. But moving forward,
I just real quick. The other reason for not letting the cat out of the bag, so to speak, too, and allowing market saturation to happen is that it gives us more opportunity to share with the people that come on board with us.
Exactly. So another thing, I don't know if how many people are watching or who's involved in this hangout today. And as I said in the beginning, this is, we don't use the word Monday anymore. We like to refer to today as New Op Day, because admit it, everybody said, oh, I hate Mondays. Everybody dreads a Monday. And quite frankly, it's a depressing sounding word. So we've kind of reframed the word to be New Op Day. And today is a New Op Day. It's a start of a whole new session. We've got 7 days to the end of it, which is just another beginning. Every day is an opportunity. And the reason I bring this up right now is for those of you that have followed us through these hangouts, somebody that's now stumbling, you'll notice that this is a hangout about wholesale real estate. And it seems that we talk about personal development and business systems that don't seem to directly relate to wholesaling real estate. And we probably talk about those topics 70% of the time. And the reason for that is because your mindset, no matter what it is you are attempting to do in your life, your mindset is the key to your success. Bottom line, how you think is everything. So the reason we talk about mindset mostly is because we understand the importance of that. And if your mind's not right, you're not going to be successful in any endeavors. And it was really when Paul and I, because we have been wholesaling for about a year, almost a year and a half before we kind of got into the whole personal development side of things. And we happened to get an amazing opportunity to meet a mentor. I'll throw his name out there, Jeff Fagan. He's a local guy here in Phoenix who's done quite a few amazing things. And we've had the opportunity to be mentored by him every week for the last 3 years, and about business, about personal development, about real estate, about money. And understanding all of those things is so critical to success. And
I think the biggest key to all of that, I think, is the eye-opening factor of learning things that you thought you knew that you didn't know anything about at all. And that's the interesting thing, is what we've been taught throughout our lives is not necessarily the right thing that we should know. And so getting your eyes open to the fact that, wow, I've never been taught that. I never knew anything about that. And that makes all the difference in the world, kind of situations. That's where the power really comes in, that really can propel you to succeed in anything. And I'll put it out there straight up. If it wasn't for us meeting Jeff and gaining the knowledge and education in the realms of personal development and, different business, unique and different business strategies, as John said earlier, your purpose of building a business is not to how'd you put it? It's not to earn a living. Your purpose of building a business is to create wealth and ultimately to potentially duplicate your business and or possibly sell it at some point in time. That should be your objective of starting a business, and that's not a mindset that 90 probably 8% of people go into business with. Most people go into business with the idea that, okay, great, I've got a business, it's going to be paying me better than a job, and this is my life now. And that's the wrong attitude if you really want to be successful in life and everything. And so learning some different little tweaks like that. I mean, it's not a lot of major stuff, but it is major stuff. It's just looking at, it's looking at the same thing. You already have the knowledge of what's there, but it's not looking at it from this angle. It's looking at it from this angle, shedding a whole new light on things. And it just makes a whole different, it can build inside of you a whole different approach to life in general. And I'll tell you, man, if it wasn't for all of that stuff, I probably wouldn't be as happy a person as I am. And that's probably because instead of being on this hangout right now and doing wholesale real estate, I would actually probably be bent over a pile of hot asphalt this morning, shoveling my tail off and waiting for the day that I'm going to die on that pile.
I wouldn't mind being bent over some hot ass myself.
Oh, whose fault is that?
Oh, you said asphalt. Gotcha. Oh, sorry, you tossed it back to me. Yes, but one of the exciting things too about doing these hangouts every day, it gives us an opportunity just to put ourselves out there, let it all hang out, if you will, because what you see is what you get. Paul and I come on here, I try to get on here 3 times a week. I'm not always successful at that. Paul's here generally every day. And, it's an opportunity just to share ourselves with the world. And just, if you're watching this and Paul and I resonate with you and you want to learn wholesale real estate on any capacity, or if you're already involved in the business and you want to just talk shop, the reason we're on here is just to meet people, hopefully spread some interesting information out there, and just show you we're regular guys who have started with no knowledge of real estate really, and with little to no money in our bank accounts, and able to really take the ball and run, get involved with something that overwhelms so many people. Because my feeling, and this is my feeling only 4.5 years ago, was that it took money to make money, and that's just not the case. And I thought it took money to get involved with real estate. So I knew I always wanted to get involved in real estate, and I just kept waiting because I got to wait till I have money in the bank. There's no excuse, really. Money is not the barrier to getting involved in real estate. It's not.
I was waiting since 1983.
I would say, my first jump into real estate was when I lived in North Dakota, and this was in 2004. I ended up, I worked for a guy who owned a hotel. I rented an apartment from him in one of his complexes, multiple duplexes, an apartment complex, a hotel, and a couple other things I'm not quite sure about. But, he working for him and seeing what he was able to do in real estate really is what sparked me. And I just knew, I'm like, I was living on someday I'll get involved in real estate when I have the money to get involved in real estate. And when I discovered wholesale real estate, I was blown away by it. It was an aha moment, because I was like, seriously? I don't need to know a thing about construction and rehab. I don't have to have a penny out of my own pocket, and I can actually get involved in real estate. And it was a total mind shift. And then you realize, if you're going to own rental properties someday, right, and you're just waiting to have enough money to buy your first property, and you're working a 9-to-5 job, you know how difficult it is to save money when you're working 9 to 5, especially with your current programming and your financial blueprint. Most people don't have a pot to piss in or a penny to their name. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and you've got to make a serious change if you're going to progress. And if you're going to get involved in real estate, why wait? Make it your obsession. Start reading books about real estate. Start watching webinars on real estate. Start going to real estate networking groups. Start talking to people that are involved in real estate. And none of this will cost you really a dime. I mean, it might cost you a few bucks to go to a networking group. It might cost you 20 bucks to go buy a book about real estate and finance. It might even cost you a few bucks to pay for a few webinars to expand your education. But you know what? People spend a ridiculous amount of money to go to universities and colleges and study their whole life, or of the first 4 years of their life after high school, when life begins, when you graduate, and they end up not even getting a job that has anything to do with what they paid tens of thousands of dollars for a degree in. And you know what? Real estate is something that you don't have to go out with. When you get this knowledge about real estate, you don't have to go out and find a job and work for somebody else. You really can just go out there and work for yourself and become your own boss and go out there and evaluate properties, make offers on properties. You know what? You find a property and you're like, man, this is a great property. Any investor would pay $100,000 for this property. Oh, I don't have $100,000. You know what? Contract that property for anything less than $100,000 and sell it for the $100,000. That's what real estate wholesaling is about. You just need to know how to evaluate a deal. You need to know how to go out there and find deals, and how to go out there and make an offer and get a contract signed. And once you can learn that, your life will change, because that's the key. If you can go out there and find a property, get it under contract, and you know you got a good deal and you got a little bit of a spread, so you can make yourself $3, $4, $5. In the case of most of our deals right now, bringing in $20,000 to $40,000 off of just getting someone to sign some paperwork. You don't need a penny. You just need the right mindset. That's kind of my final thoughts there for the day. And I see we've got about 3 minutes left, so I'll toss it back over to Paul here, give his final thought, and he'll go ahead and close us out.
I'm going to throw in that the reason why we talk about mindset and whatnot, and you just brought it up right there, is, you know, you got to go out and you find a property, and then you get it under contract, and then, you know, you put it in escrow, and pretty much they handle the closing part of it, right? So getting it under contract, or finding the property, you know, you can have systems for that. Putting it in escrow, there's a system for that already built in place for you. Getting the contract, that's on nothing. There's no system for that, okay? That's all on you. That's why we talk about the personal development so much, is because it's that area right there. It's where the, you know, kind of where the rubber meets the road. With no contract, you got nothing. Rubber meets the road in a lot of places in wholesale real estate. It's kind of like a, it's kind of like when you take off and you're wheel hopping. That's kind of how wholesale real estate is. But yeah, no, that's just one of the areas, and that's why we talk about personal development so much, is because that getting that contract, negotiating with people, that's what, you know, there's no system for that. That's on you, okay? And that's where you need to be having the confidence and the ability to do that. So you also mentioned how wholesale real estate is the mind shift. You want to hear a mind shift? When I went to Phoenix from Lake Tahoe after throwing my house back into the throes of foreclosure to save a whole bunch of money, because I had been working on some other aspects of trying to break into, you know, I didn't really realize it was wholesale real estate. I was looking to try to do short sales. I didn't really realize the whole thing was wholesale real estate, but it wasn't working out for me. Packed up all my tools in my truck. Like I said, put my house into foreclosure again, saved every dime I could, went to Phoenix with a truckload of tools, looking to do a fix and flip, going back to the traditional route of finding a property to buy, fix, and sell. And it was during that time, that first 30 days that I was there, that I caught a webinar on wholesaling, pure, unadulterated wholesaling. And the light went on, and I said, are you kidding me? I don't have to freaking do anything. I can get the property under contract and turn around and sell the contract. It's like, that's it, honey. Pack up the truck. I'm going home. which is exactly what I did. Threw all the tools back in the truck, drove 700 miles home. hung around for Christmas, went back after the new year, and I took, what did I take? I don't know. I took some pens and some notepads, I think. I didn't bring any tools with me this time because I wasn't coming back down there to do a fix and flip. And you know, I took all that money that I kept from paying my mortgage, and I paid off a chunk of my mortgage so I wouldn't lose the house again, and went back down there and started looking for, you know, deals in wholesale real estate. And lo and behold, you know, over time we got one, and that's what got us started. But it is a mind flip. It's a flip of the switch when you realize that, wow, that's all there is to this kind of a thing, and I don't have to do anything, and it doesn't cost me any money. Of course, it cost me a lot of money to learn that. Again, going back to the education, it cost me tons of money. John mentioned 15 grand. I could probably almost double that for myself. But yeah, it cost me a lot. But you know what? Hey, I've made that money back over, you know, 5-6 times already. So if not more. So you know, it's just it's an interesting thing. And like I said, I'll go all the way back to the beginning and just say that, you know, this is not for everybody.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here. But you know, this is not for everybody. But you know, almost everybody has an interest in it. Almost everybody has heard about it or seen it or something like that. And or when they do, you know, they're like excited about it, and they're like, well, that sounds awesome. How do I do it? And that sort of thing. And then, like I said, then they find out that the education is so expensive. And that's where, rolling this all back around to the Property Noodlers, our system is education that pays you instead of you paying for it. That's the bottom line. And with that, I mean, we're at 9 o'clock right now. So John, if you got a final word, take us on home. You still there? Oh, well, it looks like John's kind of technologied out on us there. I think his internet service or something has give way, and he's a frozen man. So I will go ahead and end this then. And I will just say that, you know, this prayer that we say every day is really powerful in your personal development, because you know what? You really do have the power to control and direct your own mind to whatever end you might desire. And for that reason, because you have that power, why wouldn't you ask the universe for, you know, not for riches, but for wisdom with which to make better use of the riches given to us at birth, which those riches are the power to control and direct your own mind, consisting of that power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire. Think about that prayer. It's powerful, and you hold the key. All right, everybody, we'll see you back here on Wednesday. Happy New Op Day and happy 150th Hangout to us, and y'all have a great afternoon.